For the next part of these videos, I'm going to be doing some electrical work. So I just want to point out that this is strictly for entertainment purposes. I am not a certified electrician. In my area, I can do the electrical work. I just have to have it signed off by a certified electrician at the end to make sure everything's up to snuff. So make sure you're doing everything up to code for your area. And if you're ever uncomfortable with doing anything electrical, have a certified electrician do it. It's dangerous. Like, I don't have any power out here now, but once you start getting the power in and you're working, it's better safe than sorry with electrical. So just a little disclaimer before we continue. Well, it's Sunday. I'm out here again. Unfortunately, my GoPro is going to be supercharged and I'm going to record with my phone today. But I did end up going out and getting a bunch of stuff electrical wise. Lights, 250 foot of 14.2, 12.2, and 25 foot of 10.2. And everything I need to set up the breaker box. I have that probably still out in my car, but I have that here as well. So gonna get started on that stuff today. And yeah, hopefully we get a bunch done today. At least if I can get the breaker panel in and then start drilling out and start running some of the wires for like the lights and outlets and stuff like that, I'm gonna be happy. So gonna get started on that and walk you guys through that process. All right, so first thing, knocking out this one, that one, and then the identical ones on the other side. And that's gonna pop those out, and that's gonna allow me to put screws into the studs over here, because I'm gonna put it right here in this corner. I'm gonna put a screw in on each side, 2 of them, and that'll secure my breaker box into the wall. So gonna get that done and actually get the breaker box up. All right, so I have a couple screws part way in, but I'm gonna get these rest way in, make sure it's all level and secured, and then we'll start actually assembling a breaker box. All right, so next I'm gonna start putting some holes up here, so that way for running wires, it's easier to just get all your holes put in now, so that way you don't have to worry about hitting any of the wires. Once you start running some lines in, if all the holes are there, you don't have to worry about clipping any of them. So I'm going to put a bunch of holes, like 10 holes up here, so that way I can then go and run them out and around throughout the Shedition. So gonna get those put in and then start running wire. I got 7 holes pre-drilled on this size of a electrical system, I guess, throughout the Shedition. It's not that large. I don't need any more than that. But now I'm gonna put up a 2x4 here, so that way within a foot of the breaker box, so that way I can secure all my wires to that coming in through the code. And then I'm also gonna do the same thing below here for that main power line that's gonna come in. We're gonna come up through here, and then I need to be able to secure that as well. So that's gonna get secured right there within a foot coming up. into the panel. So I'm going to get those 2x4s cut, and then I'm going to start put those in and start mapping out where all these wires are going to go and start putting a whole bunch of holes. So I marked them all out where I want to put them for the outlets in the Shedition, and I'm starting to put them all in now. So all the boxes that I'm going to end up running wire to, and then I'll hook up for the outlets. So setting that up now, putting all these boxes on, and then I'll start running, well, then I'll start making the holes for the wires to run to the boxes, and I'll start running the wire. All right, I'm mostly drilled now for the one line. I drilled out to there, but I'm gonna start running the line now. I just ate lunch as well, but I have 3 drills on rotation and all of them are pretty warm, so I'm giving them a second to cool off. But I'm gonna start doing this run, hit all these ones that are on the right side of the Shedition, and I'm going to be running that with 12.2. I just want 12.2 just so that way I can handle a little bit more amperage going through the lines without getting hot and causing any problems. So I'm running all the outlets on 12.2. All right, so I'm going to knock out this hole, put this in. This allows you to secure your wire in your breaker box, and then it will come up here and get attached as well. But I'm going to come up through one of these holes and down through here and into this box. So, and then back up and out, and we'll just start running all the way down, get back over there and connect to the rest of the outlets. for your home runs, I forgot my Sharpie today, unfortunately, but I'm only running one line, so it's okay. But you always want to label them at the end where they come into the breaker box, so that way when you go to actually start putting in the breakers and plugging these in, you know you got the right wires going to the right breakers, and it helps keep things organized and helps you with your labeling later on. So make sure you do that, because once you start running 5, 10, 15, 20 wires into this breaker panel, you're gonna need to know what wire goes to where, because otherwise it just takes so much longer. So, little tip there.
Poor Penelope's freezing right here, so she's eating her supper while laying in a coat. Poor little girl. She just got a haircut. So when you're cutting your wire in the boxes, you gotta make sure you have enough so that way you can connect to your outlets or your switches or whatever you're putting in that box. So I don't know, there's no like exact how much you need, but a couple inches there, so that way you can roll it up, tuck it in there, hide it away till you get it on there. And you don't want too much as well, because if you put too much, there's only so much space in here. And once you get your outlet on there, you got too much wire behind there as you try to push it back in, it just makes a mess. So whatever you want to say that is, a couple inches sticking out of the box, about 2-3 inches. And that should be enough to be able to hook up your outlet and continue the wire going to the next one.
So I'm gonna keep doing this, running all the way over to
That outlet over there.
and then I'm gonna finish putting in all my holes and finish that outlet run, and then I'm gonna pack up, head out for the day.
Alright, so you see, before we go into any outlet box too, we're tossing in a staple to hold the wire there to make sure that
Wire doesn't pull out or anything. Make sure the wire is actually secured and keeps you from having any faults from things wiggling and moving around in there. So you can see I did that
for every outlet box for each wire going in.
kind of like how we secure them before they go into the breaker box as well. So that's the end though for this first run. There's the end of it right down there, and then it goes, connects over there, runs over, hits that one down there, and then comes over, up, hits this one. That's kind of a weird one. I tossed that box there mainly because I don't know if I'm gonna put a wood burner here or something, and I don't know if I want to have like a fan or something, so I added that box. But then it goes up in the gable, over my door, and my header hits that one outlet over there, and then back to the panel. And that's my first home run. But end of today, I'm gonna pack up and head out and call it a weekend. So see you next week.